So we had someone comment on one of our TikToks. Actually, I think it was a reel the other day. And someone says you sound like Pooh Bear.
Not the first time I've heard that.
I just thought I screenshotted it. I didn't because first they just put a little like I don't remember what you were talking about in the reel, but they're like, yeah, this is good.
Like, and then, we're talking Winnie the Pooh? Like
Winnie the Pooh.
Okay. Yeah.
And then after a little bit, then they commented, this guy sounds like Pooh.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to my friend JC. I think he was the first one to notice this. Yep. It's a thing.
I just thought that was so funny. Oh my gosh.
I feel like I wouldn't say I necessarily have his personality, but I am pretty go with the flow for the most part. And I do like honey. So, and I have a best friend named Piglet. No, I don't.
I was about to be like, really? You had me there for a minute. You had me there for a minute.
With the nickname Piglet.
I was like, wait a minute. Which one of your friends has a nickname Piglet? I'm going through the list. I'm like, is there a friend that I don't know that you call Piglet?
I never thought we would take the podcast in this direction. Okay, here we are.
Tim could be a piglet in a way. Piglet's very kind of meticulous in a way sometimes. Is he?
Well, we'll have to ask Tim what he thinks of the nickname Piglet.
Who would be Eeyore?
I don't
know. Anyway, okay. So Gus sounds like Pooh Bear, and he's got a friend named Piglet.
So our guest today, we got connected to through our
photojournalist Tanner.
Yes.
And Tanner's been out there probably multiple times. He's been everywhere, I feel like, even before he worked for us. Oh, yeah. And it's Trisha Smith. She is the director at the Maxwell Wildlife Refuge Foundation. It's got, I think, multiple names because there's the Friends.
Right, Friends.
So there's Friends of here. Let me look this up because there is multiple.
She's like the nonprofit arm.
Yeah. Because here's the best thing about Maxwell Wildlife Refuge is that yes, it is a nonprofit, but also the state helps management. Yep. So there's two different arms, and she'll talk a little bit about that. Yeah.
We thought this interview was about just that. And it turned out that there was more to the story than just that, and it was I think meaningful.
Yeah.
And good.
So without any further ado, this is Trisha Smith with Friends of Maxwell Wildlife Refuge and just Maxwell Wildlife Refuge. You can search it by two different names.
There you go. Nice.
Hello.
Hi,
come
welcome.
on in.
Yeah. Please have a seat.
Have a seat. Sorry, we're just kind of like popping in things. So welcome. Thank you for coming on
here today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So for our audience, can you introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Trisha Smith. I'm the director for the Friends of Maxwell Wildlife Refuge.
Okay. How long have you been there?
I've been there almost 4 years.
Okay. I guess give us a little bit more about your background. Did you grow up in Kansas? Where are you originally from?
Yeah, I was born in Concordia, Kansas.
Okay.
I graduated from Concordia High School. There was a little bit of time that my mom moved us to Alabama.
Okay.
5th through 10th grade year. So occasionally you might catch a little southern slang. Yeah. And a lot of our friends, when we moved back, they loved hearing our southern slang. I didn't think that it would catch on so quickly, but it does, definitely.
Those are formative years for sure.
Yeah. Do you have your space pen with you?
I do.
How do you know about the space pen?
Well, I've been listening to some of the podcasts,
I don't even
and I'm like, I've got
You've talked about it a couple of times.
Really? Okay.
I got to see the space pen.
Yeah.
So the space pen, you have to see it. So how many, is that always the same pen you just changed the ink out of, or have you gotten different ones?
I'll be honest, I lose them quite a bit.
Okay.
And so that is not.
Because they're so small.
Yeah. And they're
so
slippery.
you can write with this in space.
Yeah.
Underwater.
Upside down, underwater, all
that
the
is
things.
so cool.
Yeah. There's some connection to Salina in the development of the space pen. I don't remember what it is exactly.
Really?
But
I guess we'll have to look it up now.
I think the engineer who kind of like masterminded, because the actual, sorry, I'm totally nerding out right now.
Any chance that Gus has to explain the space pen, he will.
Yeah. So like you can tell that's like a different cartridge.
Uh-huh.
And basically the innovation is there's a spring on this end that pushes the ink out. So it's not that technically complicated, but what that enables it to do then is to like push the ink onto surfaces that normally wouldn't accept it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. So
I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to surround myself with nerdy people.
You're in the
I've
right.
learned that.
You are in the right
So
place.
cool. So cool.
Where do you even buy the space pens? Can you get them on Amazon?
Get them on Amazon. You can also get them at the Cosmosphere. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I heard you had gotten
Yeah.
yours.
Mm-hmm.
Are they called space pens on Amazon?
Yeah.
Now we're gonna have to link it. We'll link it in
Space
the.
Pen is
It's the what?
brand. Fisher
Space Pen. So it is called Space Pen.
Yeah, I think my grandpa had a manufacturing business here in Salina, and if I remember correctly, the guy who developed the Space Pen and separately the guy who developed Farkle, the dice game, both worked for him at different points in time and went on to do cool things like that. So
I don't think I've ever.
Farkle sounds kind of weird, right? But
Is it like
you know
Boggle?
what Farkle is?
Is it like Boggle?
I mean,
It's a word game,
It's
isn't
maybe a little bit more like Yahtzee.
Okay.
Where there's this tiny little film canister that's usually branded like Chiefs or
Okay.
They may be bankrupt, to be honest. I haven't seen it in many years. But yeah,
Set an estate sale.
Like
That's
just
where
a
you find
really
them.
small, like a game that fits in your pocket. I'm gonna have to get you Farkle now.
Yeah, now you're gonna have to get us Farkle.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm so sorry. We have totally
No, that's totally fine.
Hey.
That's the best part.
yeah.
So Trish, introduce yourself one more time for us.
All right. My name's Trisha Smith. I'm the director for the Friends of Maxwell Wildlife Refuge.
So what brought you guys back to Kansas?
Well, my grandmother got sick
Okay.
with Alzheimer's, and so my mom,
Family.
needed to come back and help take care of her. So she had just graduated RN school,
Oh,
so
okay.
my
Wow.
mom had just got her RN degree, and so we moved back, and she started her career, and my grandma, was sick with Alzheimer's, and so.
Okay.
What was that like for you? And you said 10th grade is when you moved back?
Well, it still reflects in my life because 5th through 10th grade is a core area of your schooling, and I had met a whole different set of friends, and they're currently doing their I think it's our 30 year is that right? 30
We'll
years
trust
out
you.
of
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
I graduated in 96, so close to 30 years is coming up. And that class in Alabama's rounding up their class, and then you've got your class here in Kansas, and so sometimes it got a little confusing. It's like, okay, now I know this person, but were they from Alabama or Kansas? And do you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. So I grew up here in Salina from kindergarten through 10th grade. And then I went to boarding school for 2 years. So I have all the friends from here in Salina who forget, because it was a class of like 350 people, who forget that I didn't technically graduate with them.
Yeah.
But I get invited to all of the reunions.
Yeah, reunions.
But then I have the actual class that I graduated with, 41 people.
Yeah.
And then we have so I 100% get it. And I have to remember, okay, is this the Missouri side or is this the Kansas side? Missouri side or Kansas side? And you have to remember of who is who, because they all just get lumped up.
Yeah, and then on the other hand, I feel really special because I've met so many cool people, and I've been surrounded by a lot of really neat people. So,
what was your journey to the refuge?
Yeah, that's a common question that a lot of people ask, especially when they come out and I give them a private tour, and they're like, "How did you end up here?" And it is it is a cool journey. It kind of takes people by surprise when I tell them about my journey. I was in the medical field for a while, probably 15 years. But I ran into some areas in life that took me down the wrong turn,
Okay.
and I like to talk about it today because I hope that it would give people strength and courage to know that you can go down certain paths in life and actually overcome those. And so during my nursing career, I had went down a road of drinking and drugs and stuff like that. And it's kind of cool because today I didn't even realize until a friend of mine from church had texted me and said, "Happy 7 years sober."
Wow.
And that's today. And I was just like,
congratulations.
I was just like, what? And yeah, I hope I don't get emotional. But anyway, so my life's kind of been scattered. You know, I didn't complete my nursing degree. I went to Brown Mackey, and because of the drinking, I wasn't able to complete my nursing, which I kind of spiraled backwards off of that. I didn't give myself any credit, and I was just really hard on myself. And so I would say I hit rock bottom, and it was a good thing for me. I, went into recovery and put myself into a women's group home where I kind of learned how to relive life. And, I have 3 kids. My youngest just graduated high school last year. She's 18, and I have 4 grandkids. And so I knew I needed to be strong and change things. I mean, because that wasn't who I was. So after going through a group home and I've sponsored women in AA, and I really started searching for they talk a lot about God's will in Alcoholics Anonymous, and God's will is different for everyone. And so I searched God's will deeply and found Emmanuel Foursquare Church.
Awesome, yeah.
And I've been going there for a little over 4 years. And that's it's pretty amazing what has happened in my life since then. And so I was working when I got sober. I started working at Bayard's Cafe. I was a waitress there, and
We've all been there.
I
Garden.
love Bayard's.
Well, maybe not Gus.
No, I love Bayard's.
Yeah.
No, I mean like waiting tables.
Oh, I have also waited tables.
Yeah.
You have?
I mean, once you start waiting tables,
and also at camp. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's an experience, isn't it?
yeah. Well, for me, I can't get away from it. I currently also work part-time at Martinelli's.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, started working at Bayard's, and I met the owner of Kansas Organics, and so I started working there, and we became business partners, and we opened up business here in town. He had opened that up, and we started helping people downsize their estates. And we had an antique shop there, and used furniture, and it was a lot of work, but it was right before COVID. And so a lot of people passed away, unfortunately, and a lot of people lost their families, and parents, grandparents, and I did home health for a long time, and I also knew a lot of people in that line, and so we were so busy helping people downsize their estates. It was a lot of work, and unfortunately, about 3 years, I think, into that, that didn't really work out. But I had met the director at Maxwell Wildlife Refuge in that process. Her mom passed away.
Oh, okay.
And so I helped her downsize her mom's estate. And at the same time, I had quit the organic shop. And so I really was like 40 years old and didn't really know what I was going to do with my life. And she was like, well, why don't you come and be the director out at Maxwell Wildlife Refuge? And I was like, where? And I mean, I'm here in Salina, haven't ever heard of Maxwell, which I see is very common.
Yeah.
But I said, okay, well, can I come and check it out? And they're like, yeah, so that was in February of 2022. And I drove in, and so February, the elk are out. We have Rocky Mountain elk out there, and one of the big bulls was sitting up on the hill when I come in, and I pulled up into the visitor center, and they were waiting for me, and they were like, well, what did you think? Because they knew I seen that. And I said, well, that was a statue, right? No, that was not a statue. And I was like, oh, wow, And so they were like, well, hop in, So they put me in the feed truck, and we went out, and we found a big bull, bison bull, and I was on the passenger side, and he came. And he literally put his head into the window, and I had to go like this. It was like a welcoming committee. And right after that, I said, yeah, I'll take the job. And I'm telling you, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for my life today. Like I said, I hope I don't get emotional, but it has brought a whole new aspect to Kansas and how I took life for granted, and how I will never do that again. And I just want to learn more and more about this state and the people in it. There was a time I thought I was surrounded by all evil, and I know a lot of people think that, It's kind of like the thing you had on the Lord of the Rings. You think you're surrounded by evilness, and there's a lot of good in the world. It's just up to us as to what we surround ourselves with, and I have no idea why all that just came out.
Yeah,
but it did, and I mean,
I appreciate you being vulnerable with us.
Yes.
And it's honestly incredible to hear your story and all you've been through and where you are today. That's amazing. Amazing.
Thanks.
Ask a Kansan is sponsored by Cohort Digital, your partner in media strategy and advertising placement. From social media, search, and streaming video to billboards, magazines, and broadcast TV, the experts at Cohort can help you navigate the ever-changing advertising landscape. With more than 75 years of combined experience, they'll build a custom media campaign to get your message seen in all the right places by your target audience. Learn more at cohort.digital. So, Cindy, we've used Cohort for several different projects for Feely, and it's been very successful, and really pleased with the information. Yeah. Lisa does a great job.
Yeah, both Feely and Ask A Kansan, we've used both. Basically, we give them the creative, and they really hone in on getting it seen by people. And the best part is you get the results in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Like we got an email from Alyssa and her team yesterday, and it was like, hey, this is what's performing, this is what's not performing, these are the changes we suggest. And like, it's really like they take the work out of the data piece that some people don't really get, and it's great.
And I love like there's a lot of organizations in this space doing this kind of work that are just kind of checking a box.
Yep.
But that's not Cohort. They're always bringing their creativity to the task and surprising us in the ways that they find opportunity for our marketing dollars online.
Yep. So make sure to go to their website, cohort.digital. There's no .com. It's just cohort.digital, and learn more. What's it like going to work every day and being surrounded just by how beautiful the Kansas landscape is? Does it ever just not awe you? Do you get used to it after a while? Do you?
No. No. I just sometimes don't feel like I am worthy enough or that I deserve it. And the refuge manager that is currently there, that works for the Kansas Department of Wildlife and Parks, Cliff Peterson. He's been there for almost 40 years. And I just, we came in together to the refuge about a month or two ago. We were driving in, and he was like, this place never gets old. The beauty is just, it's another one of Kansas's hidden gems. It's sitting in a great spot of the Smoky Mountains, Smoky Hills. Sorry, and yeah, you have your bison. I mean, the prairie is never been plowed, native, natural, and you just sink back into time when you go there, if you allow yourself to. And
Could you give us just a little brief history of Maxwell, how it came to be, and then maybe just tell us a little bit more about what it is today?
Yeah, sure. So in the mid 1800s, John Maxwell, he was a Scottish settler, or he came to Kansas and found that area and purchased it. He actually became a successful businessman in McPherson, but he was married and had 2 boys. And from my understanding, they never had any wildlife on the premises. I mean, but there were signs that the 40 million plus bison had roamed through there. I mean, there are wallows, buffalo wallows, that are on the land that we believe are close to 200, probably close to 200 years old. We cannot definitely, I mean, say that they are. But anyway, when they donated the land to the Kansas Department of Wildlife and Parks in 1949, 1951, the state purchased 7 head of American bison from the Wichita Mountains, and they brought them on the land and surrounded it with the fence. I think it was around 2,500 acres. Now we have 2,880 acres.
Wow.
And they also purchased some Rocky Mountain elk to put on there as well. They've tried to reintroduce antelope, which weren't.
They didn't do well?
They didn't do well. Yeah, there's a word for that. The young, the babies couldn't make it, but adults can survive. And I'm sure it probably has to do with the natural predators, like
Coyotes.
ours
and
is a coyote.
Yeah.
But the coyote is not a threat to the American bison, and we do. So anyway, now in 1993, the Friends Group started up to help the Kansas Department of Wildlife and Parks. The Maxwell family had left in a will for the state to, they donated that, and they wanted the state to preserve the prairie and conserve the wildlife. And that's what they've been doing. Every manager and that has been out there has a heart for this. That a love for the prairie, for the bison, everything. And when I was introduced to it, my brain is on overload. I'm just like, thank you, Lord, for this opportunity. I never thought I would be able to learn or get paid for an education like this, but I know I get a little sidetracked when I talk about it because it's just an amazing opportunity for me. But so, yeah, the Friends group started in 1993. And so we've been there for a little over 30 years. And we are in charge of doing the tours and the educating, entertaining, promoting. And we are staffed with all volunteers and
That's
one
wild.
director. And so
How many people work at on the game side of it?
the state,
Yeah, that's what I should say.
one.
That's
Wow.
it for that much acreage.
And he gets a seasonal for the summer.
I would hope so.
And there's a lot of state that comes in and helps with the. We have a buffalo auction once a year to help maintain the head count.
Yeah.
So they like to keep it around 200 head, and so however many babies that we have, they usually sell about that many older bison.
Yeah.
So our auction is open to the public. It's the first Wednesday of November, and that brings in about 15 to 20 state workers to help with that. And one refuge manager that stays on site, and then of course he's got a few higher ups that help him too. So
So what was the guy's name again who works there?
Cliff
Peterson.
Peterson.
Does he do all the veterinary stuff?
So the only time we have a veterinarian on site is right before the auction. He will vaccinate any that are leaving the premises if need be, if they're going to be in another herd or whatever. And maybe if they're worried about some kind of airborne disease or something, they might run everybody or all of them through the chute. But most of the time,
it's pretty wild then.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's definitely nature. We let nature take its course out there. And, there's a lot of concerned citizens that might see one that might be looking a little distressed or whatnot, but it's nature, and there's nothing that we do about it. We do monitor a little bit, but if they die on the prairie, we leave them on the prairie. And everything about it is good for the soil and
the other wildlife that's out. And
the ecosystem. So
imagine it can be strategically important to maintain a population of bison that are not, like cattle, just being farmed or ranched, kind of.
Yeah, and I learned something kind of new since you said that. Is like bison are the bovine that have actually native to Kansas. Cattle are not native, and a lot of people don't realize that. I don't think, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're a natural aerator of our ground. Their hooves act as a natural aerator. It's pretty cool.
Cool. Okay. How can people support or even visit the refuge?
So you can go online to our website, maxwellwildliferefuge.com. You can now purchase tickets online by looking under our upcoming events, checking out our tour calendar, seeing our upcoming events. You can purchase tickets online. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, you can also email us at maxwellwildliferefuge@gmail.com. That's our reservation email. Or you can give us a call and we can take your reservation over the phone as well. We do allow people to show up, without reservations, but there's no guarantee that there's going to be enough room. We're open Tuesdays and Saturdays mornings. Most of the time, our tours are at 10 a.m. At the end of August, we have a fall wildflower tour. It's at 8 a.m.
Wow.
And it's coming up. And
That's straight down my alley.
Oh, really?
Oh, so I'm known for what I call my ditch flowers.
Oh.
Where my daughter and I will just go randomly for whatever side road and see what flowers we can find.
Awesome.
From some poor farmer's ditch.
Well, you should come out. It's at 8 a.m.
We live in McPherson.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So-
yeah.
Just down the road.
We're just down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever been
We
to
haven't.
Maxwell?
Mainly because we have 3 kids. We always have stuff going on Saturdays. And then obviously we work on Tuesdays. So it's hard for us to get out there sometimes.
But
Well, I heard you were a fan of the Sunflower Summer program.
I'm a huge fan of the Sunflower Summer program. Don't even get started on that again. But yeah, so it's on the bucket list.
Well, you guys can come out on us.
Okay. I'm gonna hold you to that.
Yes.
I got
And it's fun. We get
Okay.
out, we get off of the tram, we identify the wildflowers, and it's awesome. You can stand in one spot and be surrounded by like 10 to 20
That's
different
amazing.
flowers, grasses, whatever.
I
Yeah.
love that. Okay.
Mhm.
how many elk are out there?
We have around 50 elk
Okay.
now. Mm-hmm.
Wow, good. This episode is sponsored by Renaissance Cafe. Serving Northern Italian cuisine prepared with a fresh, contemporary influence, the Renaissance Cafe is one of Kansas's favorite restaurants. Whether you're planning a romantic dinner date, a family celebration, or an intimate meal with friends, the Renaissance provides a unique dining experience with an old-world atmosphere. Open Thursday through Saturday evenings, the Renaissance Cafe is located just south of Salina in Assyria, Kansas. Visit renaissancecafeassyria.com to book your reservation today. I have been out to Maxwell once before, and it's probably been 20 years, so I really need to go back. But, I wonder how many Kansans have actually stood next to a buffalo or sat next to a buffalo and realized their scale and the raw power. I mean, it's similar to a cow, but it is a whole different
It's a whole
experience.
Well, their head is the heaviest part of their body, and it's huge.
How
I
do they not
just
fall over them.
Yeah. Well, and that
question.
hump, from the hump of a tall, mature bull, is 6 to 6.5 feet
Really?
tall.
Mhm.
So, and a full mature bull weighs around 2,000 pounds.
That's a hard no for me. That's a lot of animal.
And there's no other place that you are surrounded by around 200 bison that close. It's a very special treat that we love to share with the public. So,
I remember feeling just their raw power and like they are very wild. Like when you're around cattle, they can kind of seem kind of docile or whatever. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking of
we used to-
T-shirts now where it's just a buffalo and it just says raw power.
I mean, yeah.
Oh.
I've been in merch mode for the past couple of days. I'm like, that's it. Merlin, can you write that one down for me?
Without going too deep into it, yeah, one of our popular concepts right now is weed is sexy, and that ties into Kernza and all of that.
And ag.
But yeah, we'll have to explore some
I love
bison
that.
related
Raw power. I love that. Anyway,
yeah.
sorry, go on.
Yeah, no, I think everybody needs to have that experience and go out and try it.
I do too. It's definitely, to me, I mean, the American bison is our state animal. It is now, since 2016, our national mammal.
Really?
I
I didn't
didn't
know that.
That's really cool.
And so we have people that visit from all over the world. We've had people that visit from over 400, we've had people visit from over 40 different countries.
That's
So,
wild.
mhm.
Wow.
And yeah, it's really cool. Really cool. We're really blessed.
I'm anticipating what comments might exist out there, and I think one would be: is there any interaction between the elk and the bison?
Or do they just?
Yeah, that's a common question, actually. The elk respect the bison. The bison are like the lions of
the prairie.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's another T-shirt, Lion of the Prairie.
There you go.
Sorry, go on.
But I like the first one you said.
Yeah.
The
Raw power.
Raw power, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And also another T-shirt that came in. This little boy, he was wearing this shirt last week, I think, and it was Joshua 1:9, and that is to be strong and courageous. And I've always
I love that.
kind of focused on Joshua 1:9 to help me because. In my life today, I've learned that I have to do things that make me uncomfortable to help me grow in life. And so I need to be strong and courageous. And when he came in with a buffalo on a shirt that said Joshua 1:9, I was like, dude, I love that shirt. Where did you get that? And, but yeah.
That's amazing. If you, I kind of want to go back on your story a little bit.
Yeah.
If you had one piece of advice of someone who's struggling, it doesn't even have to be addiction or anything like that. Just someone who just can't get out of that rut. What would that be for you?
Well, I think, it goes to that verse, to not rely on our will, our self-will, rely on God's will, because he's gonna give you that strength and courage to get you through whatever. And for me, it was hard for me to understand that at first. What is the difference between self-will and God's will? And you have to let go, and you got to let go of the things that are dragging you down. And that is not always an easy thing to do. And so, like I just said, a lot of times I am telling people, girls that I sponsor, they don't like to hear that. And, but you have to do things that make you uncomfortable. You got to get comfortable being uncomfortable in life to grow. And for me, sitting right here, I was very uncomfortable. But you guys have made it very, very
good.
nice
Okay,
and relaxing
good.
here.
Oh,
So
that's part of our goal.
Yeah, for sure.
but yeah, very cool.
Well, thank you so much for coming on today.
You're welcome.
Really
Now,
appreciate
can I put
it.
another plug in?
Do it.
for,
Plug it.
We have our largest event, biggest event coming up at Maxwell. It's called the Mountain Man Rendezvous. It's the third weekend of September, the 19th, 20th, and 21st.
Okay.
And the 19th is usually our school day, but we have around 15 to 20, hopefully more. We're trying to get to 30 encampments where these guys and gals come in. They dress accordingly to the 1800s, and they
that's cool.
reenact how it was to live out on the prairie in the 1800s. Every encampment demonstrates some different activity, whether it's cooking with a buffalo chip, making arrows, bows and arrows, hides, what they use, the hides, the Native Americans, that's a whole thing on its own, how the Native Americans utilized all of the, every part of the buffalo. So, arrows, what is it?
I should know this. Are you talking about arrowheads?
Yeah, arrowheads.
Okay. Oh.
We have, oh gosh. Well, I just went blank, but, they're making the arrowheads, real mountain man, music, concessions. We'll be selling buffalo burgers.
Oh, wow.
And the Friends group runs the concession stands there. We run the concession stands twice a year, and that's during our rendezvous and our buffalo auction.
Okay.
So,
well, yeah, we'll make sure to link that in the show notes. Remind me of the dates again.
September 19th, 20th, and 21st. The 20th on the Saturday is our biggest day.
Okay.
We usually have over 1,000 people that come that whole weekend. Wow. But on Saturday, we have music. Taylor Klein is going to be there. You guys know him?
Yeah.
And this will be his first year. And then the Mixed Gravel Band, they've been playing for the weekends, for that weekend for many years. So, but lots of competitions and activities to do. And we also have our benefit auction for the Friends group that night. So we will be selling elk antler sheds that we harvest off of the prairie every year. And maybe some buffalo skulls, and then we've gotten some really cool donations, quilts and lap blankets that are all handmade buffalo material, really cool. Some jewelry that was donated. So it's fun. It's a good time. It's at 3:00. So
awesome. Well, thanks. Anything else you want to plug? Because I'm like, now I'm for it. I'm like, okay, October is flowers, September is mountain man.
You're just planning out.
Maybe
it's right next door.
Come back
so
another time of the year and plug some more stuff in.
Yeah,
because you guys are really
like
fun to hang out with. So
well, thanks for joining us today. Really appreciate it.
Well, thanks for having me. Had a good time.
Yeah. Want to spread your organization's message across Kansas? Consider becoming a sponsor. Ask A Kansan has a unique focus on Kansas and its people. By sponsoring our podcast, your organization can reach people from Canton to Kansas City, Wichita to Washington, and all the great places in between. We have a variety of sponsorship packages available to fit your budget and needs. For more information, visit askakansan.com/sponsorships or call us at 785-571-9507. Thanks for joining us for that conversation with Trisha. Actually, come to find out, I know her husband. I did not realize that she was married to Lonnie. Tangled web we weave, and just know a lot of the same people, which is always fun to find out after the fact when we are having conversations with guests as we give them tours of the studio and stuff. So, what was your favorite takeaway?
Every time I hear about somebody who's been through, either mental health issues or addiction, or, they've faced some turmoil in their life, whether they could do anything about it or not. I think it's just humbling hearing people get to the point where they're comfortable sharing about it. Like that's a hard-earned place to get to. And so the fact that she was able to talk about it, it says a lot about where she is in her journey, and I think should give hope to others that are out there struggling in their own.
And this is one of the best parts about this podcast is we're going to be real frank. We had zero idea on her background.
Yeah,
we
two of
thought,
us anyway.
yeah, the two of us. We had no
Mhm.
idea. And then she was just, I just wanted to know what her,
Yeah.
you know, what was
Mhm.
her, what got her to the wildlife refuge, and for that story to come out and her to be vulnerable like that, I was like fighting back tears to try
Yeah.
to stay like
There's an
positive.
easier answer she could have given.
There's so much easier answer she could have
and
given.
she instead went there with us, and so we
And I
really appreciated that.
Yeah, super appreciate that. So if you have a chance, go out, visit, check out their website.
And bravo, Trisha, on 7 years sober today. That's
Yes.
incredible. Yeah,
That's
congrats.
amazing. Okay, you ready for some
Always.
fun? This is kind of a
I'm
segue.
I'm always ready.
So for our listeners, I am in a state of mourning for our producer Skylar. Is she dead? No. Did she leave Feely? She did. And so she took a really amazing position at Kansas Wesleyan here in town.
Bravo, Skylar.
She's going to do some amazing things because she's an amazing person. But I did not realize how much I was attached to her until this week when she was gone. And I'm going to start crying again.
This is the first day this week that Sydney has not worn black.
It is. I even wore black in my house yesterday when I was working from home. And so
sometimes we don't realize how much people do for us until they're gone. And yeah, so Skylar, if you're out there listening, just know
I really miss you.
And you did a great job here. And boy, are we happy for you as you pursue the things you're interested in. But yeah, we miss you.
Yeah.
Yep.
So in honor of Skylar, who is a Swiftie, I watched all 2 hours of New Heights podcast with Taylor Swift. And here are my notes. After I get done crying.
I have not seen it. I have heard some really great commentary about it.
So it goes to show you, and you're like, why is this related to Kansas? Well, she's dating a Kansas City Chief, so that's it. Because of Travis. That's why.
I think there's some good life lessons in there.
There's some good life lessons. So there's a couple of things that she said during the podcast that are like, oh my gosh, that's why she's gotten so far in where she's at. So excuse my language for this one, but this is a quote from her. If you lose your shit, you lose your leadership.
Whoa.
Yeah, that one really affected me because I tend to lose my crap a lot. Sometimes my instant reactions are not the greatest. And so I have to calm myself down. And that one really spoke to me. I'm like, oh. And the reason that she was talking about that is because they were talking about how, oh shoot, now I'm blanking on it. Coach of the Chiefs, Andy Reid, on his leadership style of like, yes, he can be hard on you, but you probably know that you deserve it. But she goes, well, from what you have told me, Travis, like he doesn't like just harp on you and goes into that. And she said that. And I'm like, oh man, that is wild. So that was one of my favorite things.
I think there's plenty, like I'm not a huge Swiftie, but I've seen some of the videos that are out there, and there's videos of her playing in the rain, and when her in-ears weren't working or something, and she played through it and didn't lose her mind and get angry at people about it.
Yep.
It's cool.
And this is another one that I thought would probably resonate with you a little bit. Think about your worth and your time when putting thought into something some people say. So her meaning behind that was, how much do you make an hour? If that person can't afford it, why are you giving them your time?
I've already heard that part of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I do think that, it's obviously not about monetary value.
No, it's nothing like that.
It's about like, yeah, everyone has their detractors in life. Everyone has those people that just aren't going to like us for whatever reason, earned or unearned. And we just have to keep our eyes on the horizon and keep walking.
But I just thought it was a different way of like looking at things. It's like, if they can't afford you, I guess, why are you giving them your time? And I'm like, oh man,
it's good.
That's good.
It's
Good stuff. So there's a lot more things out of that I won't all the way go into, but it was.
It's interesting how Taylor, her music and her career has been largely like exposing her internal monologue.
Yes.
And talking to her fans about what she's thinking. But what fans pick up on is how they see those things in their own lives.
Mm-hmm.
And, there are artists that could probably sing some of the same songs and have very similar lyrics where it comes across as just selfishness. But that's never the vibe that I get from Taylor, is that it's all about her. I think she shows up in the hospital meeting with kids.
Yeah.
She gives money to good causes. Like she is a leader. I look up to her for sure.
Do you know that the very first Chiefs game she went to, she walked right through the front gates?
Really? I didn't know that.
Like a normal person.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting.
I just imagined her like security person losing their mind.
She was, if I remember correctly, she was with a bunch of Travis's friends. And so they're all ginormous. And so she just kind of huddled around them for a little bit. Those were the big two. Highly recommend just watching the whole podcast if you just need something in the background. Because they talk about like her first interactions with the Kelsey family and, Jason taking his shirt off and handing children through the window and that. And just her taking that with with grace.
I understand there was a moment where Travis was like the key to Taylor's heart was just listening to her songs and understanding what she wanted. Yes,
exactly. And they do talk about that. And like I just dropped my phone. In that Taylor has been telling the world of men of how she wants to be swooned her entire career. All you have to do is listen to her music. And so that's what Travis did. So he went to her concert and then just announced to the world that he was butthurt that he didn't get a chance to get her a bracelet with his phone number on it. And then it just goes into there, and they go into a little bit of detail of like how they got connected. So this is her very first podcast she's ever done.
You're kidding.
No, she's never done a podcast before. And here's what's funny is they did not ask her. She asked them.
I feel like they knew that it was not a string they wanted to pull.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, hey, I know like you're my girlfriend and all, but can you like be on my, you're like the most famous person in the world. Yeah, I get it. Okay. I have other things, but I need to grab my phone. Everything is on my phone. Okay. I have other things that I saved. I got to find them now. On the Book of Faces. Here's a good plug while I look everything up. We have a newsletter. Oh, yeah. We're going to try to send it out just once a quarter. We're not going to bombard your emails over and over and over.
A week or two ago, Tanner went out to Oberlin in Decatur County and came up with a really great post that's done well out there. Hello to all of our friends in Oberlin.
Hello.
Thank you for accommodating Tanner and letting us get some photos of you all. And it's been exciting to see how excited you all are to see your place and your thing represented. That's what we'd love to do, is get more of that kind of content out there. And we are sending Tanner out.
We are.
So if you'd like him in your neck of the woods, just let us know and we'll add it to the list. Now, can't guarantee he'll be able to go everywhere, but he's actively looking for places to go and people to see.
The other part is like same with was it Smoky Hill Saddle Club out of Marquette and that rodeo. Really that was really fun.
If you want to see pictures of kids riding sheep,
there
are some intense photos of that I did not know.
Some amazing
exist.
things. I like wished I would have done it when I was a kid, but we weren't that family. Like we were city folk. We did not grow up in that atmosphere.
I was also that.
So, which is funny because my mom grew up on a farm. My mom grew up doing 4-H. My mom grew up doing all that. But yeah, I was a band geek, so I guess I probably
I was
wouldn't
an
have
orc
lasted
dork,
very.
so that is an
Orc
orchestra nerd. That's what
yeah,
that
orchestra
means.
nerd, band geek, orc dork.
Yep.
Okay, so I came across, I don't know how much truth there is to this because it's on the Kansas Jayhawk fans, but I thought this was an interesting tidbit. KU alum David Booth, the same guy who spent over $4 million so that the original rules of basketball could live in Allen Fieldhouse.
Yep.
He has donated another $300 million to KU athletics.
And
again, I don't know how much fact there is about this. Someone's going to need to fact check it. Okay, it is.
Yeah. One of the things that we don't really know, I don't think, or at least I don't remember, is not all of that money is going to KU athletics.
Yeah.
Some of it is going to the university. There's been a little bit of controversy about does athletics really need this much money? And I, full disclosure, I guess I also sometimes question that, how much money gets spent on athletics as an orc dork. But it is, it's really cool to see alumni of Kansas schools giving back to them. And Booth's donation there is something. I know McPherson College received a large gift a year or two ago.
They have a car hanging from the ceiling. That's in their new
they
building.
Have that kind of money now?
No, I'm not kidding you. It's hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah.
Yes, they have that kind of money now.
Yeah. That's
which
a whole
is really
thing
cool
that we need to dive into sometime is their relationship with Jay Leno and the car auto restoration program. Yeah, there's so many cool things happening in the state, people.
Yeah. I know a guy, and I live in McPherson, so I know one of the guys. So we could probably get him on. But yeah, just a lot of really cool things are happening university wise. It's not just, KU, K-State, all that jazz, but
we have some really cool things in the works, by the way. We can't talk about it yet.
We can't talk about them right now.
But yeah, we have an upcoming guest that is I think really exciting for both of us to have on.
I'm probably way too excited.
As an orc dork and a band geek, it'll be it'll be a good time. So yeah.
Okay. So my next thing is there's a group out there called I Grew Up in Kansas.
I think I've seen that.
And they shared a post the other day. I say the other day, it was June 12th. I don't know why I just came upon it. Or maybe I just haven't talked about it yet. Share a fun fact about Kansas that others may not know.
Oh, I can't wait.
Kansas is only the 7th flattest state. Florida is actually flatter. We kind of knew that one. Cinnamon rolls and chili combination is real. We knew that one. Someone says the Presidential Library and the museum, Eisenhower Presidential Library and Museum in Abilene. The inventor of the microchip is from Great Bend, Jack Kilby. K-I-L.
We'll have to dig into that.
We'll have to dig into that one.
That sounds really interesting. I had no idea. What an important invention.
One of the largest producing helium wells is or was in Kansas.
I've heard that before, I think. I have one to add.
Yeah.
Now, okay, I won't be able to quote dates here, and that would have been nice to be able to do. But sometime post World War II through the mid to late 60s, Salina was home to Schilling Air Force Base.
Right.
And one of Schilling's roles was to basically support the airborne atomic arsenal. And so there was always a plane in the air that originated from Salina that had a nuke on it. And if the poop hit the fan, that plane was supposed to go and deliver retribution. And there was, you probably, if you're a Kansan, you've probably seen a lot of the different missile silos that are for sale occasionally around the state. And a lot of those were as a part of that Schilling Air Force Base kind of history. So yeah, that's my little tidbit.
Here's where my ADHD brain goes on that. Is you said poop hit the fan, and it just reminds me of the movie Airplane where they actually throw poop at fan. Great movie.
We did.
Look it up.
Tim and I went and watched the new Naked Gun recently.
Yeah.
That's very much in the image of Airplane.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Kansas is one of the top producers of salt. We knew that because of Hutchison.
And shout out to Canopolis.
Canopolis, yep. First female mayor elected in the U.S.
Covered on a previous
We covered
episode.
on that on a
Yeah.
previous episode. Someone said we have beautiful trees and wonderful springtimes and changes of season, especially in the Northeast. That is true. Atchison is a really good point on that one. They do a whole kind of fall, not literally fall fest, but they do a lot of tours and stuff around there because of the
give a shout out to
tree colors.
To my favorite, the Maple Leaf Festival in. Oh no.
Hold on. We can do this.
I know this. This is where a former intern went to school.
Oh, Scott City.
Is that right? Yeah.
Are you talking about Austin? Which
No.
intern? We've had a lot of interns.
Maria.
Oh, Maria. Oh, Baker University.
University
I remember the
Hold on.
college. I don't remember
so
the city.
Sorry. Here I am trying to.
Hold on.
to
We
give
can
a
do this.
shout
We can
out,
do
and then
this.
I
We can
can't.
do this.
Baldwin City.
Baldwin
Baldwin
oh,
City.
My goodness.
Yeah, I'd recommend going to that one. That's a good one.
Yep.
And you can also hit up if you're going to do that. Just a few miles down the road is the apple cider place. Oh no! This is why you don't have somebody with a bad memory.
We'll link everything below for future Sydney listening to the edited version. Lewisburg
Cider Mill.
Oh, that's I've been to Lewisburg.
Yeah.
I've driven through it. We stopped in the parking lot so Madeline can ride around on the way to lake. Okay. In 1875, C.H. Heyer made the first cowboy boots in Olathe, Kansas.
Wow.
Again, we have not fact checked any of these, so
Well,
I don't know.
It's coming from people, not AI.
Yeah, it's
right?
coming from
So-
people. Let's see. The Cottonwood Falls Courthouse is the oldest continuously used courthouse in Kansas.
Which is gorgeous, by the way.
I have not seen it.
A
We'll have to look
trip
at
to Cottonwood Falls is like take your camera, go in the fall, go in the spring, middle, central part of the Flint Hills. I mean, I think there have been movies filmed there, but there needs to be a lot more.
Yeah.
It's a classic American small town.
Okay. First Pizza Hut, and first White Castle in Wichita. I didn't know about White Castle.
Yeah, that's new to me.
I
didn't
don't-
know it.
I'll have to look that one up. I knew Pizza Hut.
Yep. Yeah, historically, Kansas has been one of the places like Pizza Hut and McDonald's have tested new things. I don't remember the reason why, but I guess we're just weird like that.
Apparently. Let's see. This one says Veterans Day started in Emporia.
Interesting. Emporia, for me, if I'm being honest, is one of those like mysteries, like a question mark.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I think it's because there's not a road that goes directly from Salina to Emporia. You have to like get on the turnpike. You have to like go through the Flint Hills.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, if you're from Emporia or you know somebody there, help me deepen my knowledge of Emporia.
This one says Shelter Belts. I think that's the name of like a company in western Kansas. Tree planted during the Dust Bowl era 4 deep for miles to protect crops.
So that's referring to shelter belts.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That's okay. I'm not exactly sure.
I'm
what that
not sure
person
where
is
we were
pointing
going
out,
with that
but
one,
yeah,
but that's the
there are
whole-
indeed shelter belts in Kansas. That is true.
Yeah.
Can confirm.
Someone says the best fried chicken in the country. I don't know about
That's
that.
fairly subjective. I mean, we have good fried chicken.
We have good fried chicken.
Jim's Fried Chicken on Broadway.
Yeah. Jim's Fried
stuff.
Chicken here in Salina.
Brookville Home Chicken.
Brookville.
Yep.
We do have like good restaurants, but I don't know about the best because you start going down south.
That's fair.
Mm.
Okay, so I have another one. Did you know that Kansas is home to the third longest road network in the United States?
Really?
Yeah, like there are obviously many states with bigger geography,
Yeah.
more area. But if you look at Kansas from a satellite map, you'll notice that most of it is divided into 1 mile by 1 mile squares.
Oh,
And there's
yeah.
a ton of roads out there. So, yep.
Interesting. I did not know that.
So go KDOT.
Go KDOT. Let's see. Oh, I think I did know this one. The voice of Disney's Goofy and several other characters, Bill Farmer, is from Pratt. I think I did know that one.
Oh, I have another one. Okay. Ellis, Kansas, little town, about 15, 20 minutes west of Hayes.
Okay.
Ellis is widely known as being kind of the birthplace of Walter P. Chrysler, the guy who started Chrysler Motor Company. What few people know is that Walt Disney, as a kid, one of his uncles had a ranch out by Ellis, and he spent a summer or two out there working on the ranch and just hanging out with the family. So, I don't know how closely that can be tied to any of the imagery he's used in different things, but it's cool to think that Western Kansas had just a little bit of the development of one of the greatest creative minds of the 20th century.
I think I did know that. I grew up with Josh Disney. That was his name, Josh Disney. Zero relation, I'm pretty sure, but Disney's not really a popular name if you think about it.
It's true. Mm-hmm.
All right, couple more. Fictional character Mary Ann from Gilligan's Island. So she was the rich guy's wife.
Okay.
Was from Winfield.
Mm-hmm. I'm realizing that I have way too many things in my head about Kansas.
You have random facts all over. Okay, last one. This list goes on forever. Barnum Brown was one of the first paleontologists to dig up a T-Rex, and he grew up in Carbondale, Kansas.
Yeah, we have a rich paleontological. I don't know if that's the right word, but history and
a lot of people that dig up dinosaurs.
Yeah, bravo.
Yeah, bravo. Okay.
Here's one that stretches the brain just a little bit. So and I take full ownership of the fact that I named the segment "Where in the Rectangle," but I mean, and you obviously know that it's not a rectangle because there's the corner.
Yeah, it's the little river.
But the lines that we think of as straight are not.
Yeah.
Because they have to conform to the curvature of the earth. And so there's actually a curve
for all your
there.
flat earthers out there.
Yeah. And this is where I need Tanner to come fact check me. The
one time he's not in the office.
More. Yeah. But it's a much, and then back to the point about it not being one of the flattest state. One of the things I tell people is Kansas is not flat. It's a giant ramp. It's a giant ramp because
go really fast towards Colorado.
On the east side of the state, it's only a few hundred feet, like 300 feet or something in Kansas City. But by the time you get to Mount Sunflower out west, you're at like 4,000 feet, I think. I mean, it's obvious, right? You're elevating up to mile high at Denver, but so there's a significant elevation gain as you go across the state. And you can tell this by how much gas you burn in your car as you drive across it.
Yes.
You burn a lot less gas coming home
back
from Colorado than you do going out. Sorry. My mom used to say that I was a fount of, at that time, misinformation. In middle school, I had a tendency to just make things up. Nowadays, I'm slightly better. Still have some tendencies, but... library of just random information.
Oh gosh, that's really good. Oh, excuse me.
If you're like Sydney and you collect flowers in ditches, please send us some pictures of your flowers.
Yeah,
We'd love to
I
see
would love
them.
to see them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big flower ditch fan. I need to be better. I need to go out again now that fall's hit and all the sunflowers are coming out. But.
Do you know what an underrated hobby is? Flower pressing.
Oh, yeah.
My sister has done it for years and nothing serious. Just you'll find a book that she read 15, 20 years ago and there'll just be a beautiful flower in the middle of it. And that's such a lovely surprise.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, here we are at the end of another episode.
We are. Again, all the shameless plugs. Make sure to like, share, all that jazz. Go to our website, askakansan.com. Sign up for our newsletter. We have 3 people that have signed up as of right now, which is very exciting.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you because we didn't prompt it at all. Just people went to the website and found it by themselves. So go sign up. We'll try to include stuff that you don't really see in the episodes or on social media. We'll try to make it a little different than the normal stuff that you see and kind of go from there.
Yep. It'll be good.
Yeah. All right. Well, bye.
Bye.